just finished a panel discussion with a panel of people who had limited knowledge about the production of food, admittedly. What is your impression of what went on?
It was not surprising. And we select these consumers. They must be food aware. They have to be the primary grocery shopper, so they have to be the one making decisions for their family as it relates to food purchases. They were no different than any other consumer panel that I have ever interviewed. They seem to have the same misperceptions, but truly interested in finding out more.
What was your degree of surprise about the responses from this panel?
I would have to say my surprise with it was how little they knew about genetically modified foods. I would think by the very nature of the press, they would have at least heard more about it, but I think what this does is just reaffirm that food and the production of food, while it is on our mind every single day, is not on the typical consumer's mind every single day.
With the with genetic modification in mind, how would you recommend that engagement between farmer and consumer there?
I think we have got to explain it, but you've got to explain it in everyday terms. When you start getting too scientific or using too many industry-related terms, what happens is they begin to shut down. They're no longer listening to you. They get defensive. They think you're trying to hedge, and they don't necessarily trust that what you're telling them is true, even if they could understand it. So it has to be explained in everyday terms, and it also has to be explained in ways that it benefits them.
The Center for Food Integrity works with transparency between farmers and consumers. So tell me how does this reinforce that aim?
The Center for Food Integrity is a member-driven organization with a focus of building consumer trust and confidence in the food system. And naturally, it's simply human nature. The more a person knows about how things take place and what is happening behind the scenes, the more they trust. So transparency is key, but you have to be very, very careful. You have to make sure that you give them the good, the bad, and the ugly, because with any other industry, there is no perfect situation. So we have to be very, very transparent, be very honest about how food is produced.
Reporting for Brownfield Television, I'm Tom Steever.